If you think calisthenics is only good for learning fancy moves and improving your endurance, you couldn't be further away from the truth. In fact, calisthenics can build muscle as effectively as weights, but there are some points to consider. So here are the 3 main reasons why you struggle to build muscle with calisthenics. First, you choose the wrong exercises. Although nearly every strength-focused exercise will build some muscle, they are far away from being optimal for that goal. Some of them have a different focus, improve a different ability, or are more of a good all-rounder for different things. So they are not wrong in general, and you should only make sure that they are matching with your goals and you're doing them for the right reason. The muscle up is one of those exercises. Yeah, I know, the muscle up is something like the holy cow of calisthenics. But the truth is that this exercise is not optimal to build muscle. There are different reasons for that. First, it's way too hard for most people. You simply can't expect muscle growth if you can only do 2 to 3 sloppy reps. So in order to make it work, you need to clean them up and increase the amount of reps. Reason number 2, you are switching the work to muscles. If you do a muscle up, you switch between a pull-up and a dip in each rep, and this is not optimal to focus on a specific muscle or muscle group. It would be way more effective to do regular dips or pull-ups alone and get the most out of each movement without wasting energy for the other one. Reason number 3, understimulated muscles. The muscle up is all about that high explosive pull-up to pass the bar. You don't have to stop the set because you maxed out your regular pull-ups or dips, but because you can't pull yourself high enough anymore to do the transition. So in the end, you would still be able to do a couple of regular pull-ups and way more dips. And these missing reps could make a significant difference in terms of muscle development. Another great example for the wrong exercise selection is the handstand. Don't get me wrong, we love doing the handstand, but it's simply not that good to build muscle. Of course, handstands require some strength, but when it comes to the free handstand, it's mostly about coordination, balance and mobility. It's also a static exercise with a relatively low intensity because your joints are aligned above each other. So if you want to build muscle, don't just hold it, but move. Handstand push-ups on a wall or pike push-ups are the right choice for building big shoulders with calisthenics. Free handstand push-ups on the other hand require a lot of practice and coordination. Even well-trained athletes can't do the same amount of free reps than supported reps on the wall. It's just not optimal if you have to stop your set because you lose balance and not because you couldn't do another rep in terms of strength. If you want to combine handstand training while still putting your main focus on building muscle, we suggest implementing 50 minutes of handstand training right after your warm-up, followed by the hypertrophy-focused exercises. Fancy push-up combos are the last example for a bad exercise selection. Yeah, right, they look cool, but they won't build that much muscle. Most of these combos are about explosive strength and combining different elements with each other. This is not optimal because you interrupt the muscle tension in each rep and waste energy by switching into weird positions that have no real purpose at all. Don't get me wrong, of course it's okay to try these push-up combos as some form of challenge. This can be fun and keeps you motivated, but don't think they are optimal for building muscle. Of course, we excluded all of the bad and included all of the best exercises to build muscle in our body transformation program. If learning skills or being mobile is your top priority, make sure to check our other programs as well. The second point is about the workout volume. When it comes to building muscle, more does not always equal better. Simply put, if you're doing too many sets with too much effort for a muscle or muscle group, you will waste your time and mess up your gains. Especially if you put all of that volume in just one training session. To make it better, reduce the total volume done per muscle or muscle group and also split it up into several sessions a week. This results in less junk volume done per session and week. When we talk about the overall volume done per week for each muscle or muscle group, we suggest 5 to 10 sets with moderate effort for beginners and about 10 to 20 sets with moderate to high effort for advanced athletes. Of course, there are also valid training methods and systems that use a high volume training approach. But you have to reduce the effort to be able to do that much volume without risking an overtraining syndrome. Calisthenics skill training is a great example for that, especially when we talk about skills with a strong focus on technique like the free handstand. This skill is learned best if you do it often with the low to moderate effort. So once you are able to hold it on a wall for 30 seconds plus and the basic strength is not a limiting factor anymore, you can practice the freestanding version nearly every day. This results in a high frequency training but also in a high amount of sets done per week. The last point is about the rep range. Maybe you've heard that 8 to 12 reps are optimal to build muscle, and the further away you are from this rep range, the less effective it gets. Well, this is only half the truth, because some studies show that some people respond better to higher and some better to lower reps. So yes, it's not wrong to focus on the 8 to 12 rep range, because the majority of people will build muscle with it. But working in a lower or higher rep range can also work and comes with some additional benefits. The only thing you should avoid is going too low or too high. If you can do dozens upon dozens of reps, the exercise is too easy. And if you struggle to do just a few reps and can't even do them with proper form, it's way too hard. Another point to consider is the rep speed, because the amount of reps alone won't give you the full picture. For example, if you do your reps very slowly, you end up with way less reps than someone who does them very fast, even if both of you worked for the same time. In our experience, it's optimal to vary the rep speed to get the individual benefits from both, a faster and a slower execution. Alright guys, if you want to build muscle with calisthenics, we suggest checking our body transformation program on calimove.com. If building muscle is more of a byproduct for you and learning skills and improving your strength to the max is your main goal, we suggest complete calisthenics instead.